I want to give some homework to you for the next few weeks. I want to start a series today on Omad homework. Your homework, should you choose to accept it, will better your life in an assortment of ways. One, it will give clarity. Two, it will give focus on your task and on your fasting. And in turn, your fasting will be made better by your homework. So the first homework assignment you will have this week is to notice anicha. What is anicha? Anicha is the first of the three hallmarks of existence. Everything in life changes. It is impermanent by nature. Everywhere you look, and your homework is to notice in everything around you, everything that you do for a solid calendar week is anicha. It is impermanent. Start with our subject matter, food. You eat, you need to eat again. Move on to your body, bodily wastes, or removal of bodily wastes. You go to the bathroom, you have to go to the bathroom again. You clean your body in the shower. You go get one of those, I get one of those Walmart or CVS unscented soaps in the big, expensive $14 bottle. And I lather myself up and wash it off. I'm going to have to do it again 23 or less hours later, depending on how active I am. If I run, I'm going to have to take 2 showers a day. One before work and one when I get done with the run at around 7 or 8 p.m. Anicha, impermanence. You wash your dishes, and what do you notice? Your dishes are dirty again. Maybe you have a wife like mine, or maybe you're the one in your relationship that leaves the dishes out and then they get sticky and you have to soak them a while because they have grittiness on them. Anicha, impermanence. Look at the politicians. Jump out of the bodily range. When you eat your daily meal, you're offset by the fact that you're going to be full longer than most people if you're eating once a day, like you should be. You're going to notice everybody around you eating a lot more often. So look at everybody else eating. But then jump out of that. When you're done with your meals, you're done with your hygiene, jump out and look at the people at your workplace. That boss who was there that nobody ever thought would leave. Either he got fired by his bosses or she, or they just found something better, just left. Impermanence. And then think of the company, the branding, under new management. You drive by these apartments and they say under new management now. They have the little banner, under new management, still a dump. That's kind of what I say when I go by and see that. I think one of the comedians said, you go by these places under new management, that means the old management sucked, the new ones are going to do better, or so they say. Impermanence. Go back around and drive around your favorite spots that you used to hang out as a kid. I go to Live Oak here back in 5 hours south of here near San Antonio, Live Oak, Texas. And all the hangouts where my cousins and brothers and friends would go hang out because we all lived close. And we would look and go to the local Mr. M gas station. Now, it's nothing. It's not there anymore. The old hill, we used to run around and, go and buy some Slurpees at the gas station and chase some girls and ride bikes and go to the local pool. It's not there anymore. And that's just in the space of 40 years or less or more, depending on your age. 70s and 80s, those are my stomping grounds. We go around there. All those businesses have been sold, have been renamed, have been demolished. Anicha, impermanence. And then notice your favorite politician, the guy you thought was great or the gal you thought was great, and they're going to run for office. You see these, I'm not going to talk about politics, but you see these mayors get indicted for fraud or embezzling or insider trading. Everybody thinks they're so great. The media loves them. Then what happens? Bombshell drops and they buggered a child or did something terrible. And then they're gone. They're out of the public eye. Somebody runs for office and they're the favorite child, and then they come out conservative or liberal and everybody hates them on the other side. And then the country at large goes through the same things. They go through more conservative waves, and then they go through more liberal waves. Dominance, conservative dominance, liberal dominance, and then it's an alteration of each one. Your favorite candidate comes and goes. And then think about science fads. Look at the astronomy channels. If you're a geek like me and you love astronomy, you find that the people around you on the YouTube circuit are doing the same thing. They're talking about 3-eye Atlas right now and how all of these people think it's an alien. They think it's an alien probe visiting Earth or a part of an alien ship. It's no such thing. But it's the same hype with Oumuamua that came before it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Have you drank enough water today? Look at how it gets cool, it gets fashionable. People get more religious. There's a lot of the people on TikTok are into the rapture. They're waiting for the rapture to come. And then they said back on September 24th or 25th that Jesus was going to rapture everybody. Well, it didn't happen, and they had to make a bunch of apology videos. That's just like it used to be in the year 999 AD. They had everybody sell all their possessions and get on the housetops and say, Jesus is coming. And then it passes, and people are none the wiser, because the same people that are getting older and dying are not learning their lessons, or are learning their lessons, but a less wise crowd comes along and makes the same mistakes, the same stupid mistakes. Look at the religious movements. Same deal. Conservative, liberal, anarchist. It's the same show. Only the names have changed. Notice that. And then notice the drugs. Ozempic. Ozempic got big. I was the first to call it out. Go look at my video on this channel. I was the first to call out that was a disaster. That's still one of my more popular semi-recent videos in the last 5 years. And now you got a lot of people suing, just like fen-phen. Remember, fen-phen came out, the drug fen-phen. Now it's, if you, there's all these websites that say, did you take fen-phen in the early 2000s? Call this number and we'll get you compensation because it's been linked to birth defects or heart troubles or something. Everybody praises everything, and then it goes out of style. Just like the tides move in and out. It's the same day after day. The same coming, the same going. And are we smarter for it? We want to say we are. But only the wise are watching. These are the 3 marks of existence. This is the first of the 3 marks of existence. No, these are not all going to be about Buddhism. Just this one right here for now. Notice the cycles and make sure for your homework, every day that goes by, you are observing that everything you see and do is anicha. Everything in the world of forms is temporary. There's not one thing in the world of forms that is eternal. Not the stars, not the planets, not the moons or satellites, not black holes. Stephen Hawking showed us that, right? Showed us that even black holes are not eternal, as long-lived as they are, incredibly long-lived. Anicha, everything that arises passes away. Now, of course, we're going to revisit this next time at the beginning of the next homework episode. But the lesson is going to be very clear. You're going to see that craving you have, that you've been struggling with, is also anicha. It is impermanent. It passes away. And this, of course, should motivate you to be 10 times more determined on your path. So, your homework, should you choose to accept it, is to notice for the next 7 days, anicha in everything. And if you see something and you start to get into that mindset that says, oh, this is definitely permanent, things just suck, things just are no good for me, then you need to retake that exam, so to speak. You need to look at that item a little bit closer, and you will see that there is nothing. Here's the cheat sheet. Here's the answer. There is nothing that is permanent. Nothing. Not in the world of forms. Have a good week, friends.